What's going on, guys? It is Goalazio here. Welcome back to another Master Your Career Mode, Best Players Assigned Career Mode. Guys, we are looking at Blackburn Rovers, the team that I support, the team that I love doing a career mode with, and let's be fair, a team that you should do a career mode with. But guys, before we get on into this, make sure you do hit that like button. Of course, don't forget to subscribe, because we reached 4,000 subs recently. We're already rocking up, closing down 5. But anyway, hit that subscribe button if you enjoy FIFA videos, because I got plenty coming your way very, very soon. But today, like I mentioned, we are looking at the best signings for Blackburn Rovers. We are going to be looking at where you need to actually improve the side, and we've got it coming up right now. I'm going to leave the formation the exact same because I'm stuck in my formation. And you know what? I'm really happy with the 4-3-3 that I'm going with at the moment. But you might be different. So I'm going to leave Blackburn as it is. But you're going to see, also, we got Bradley Dack on the bench. We got Holtby. A few players which are not featuring at the moment, but some really strong in those positions. Some of the biggest, weakest points are Rothwell down that left-hand side. The left-hand side is probably one of the weakest in this game because don't really have much depth in the left-back position. Bell is half decent, but he isn't the best. So we will be looking to actually replace him very, very soon. Rothwell's good. We got Chapman down that left-hand side as well. But you need someone with that little bit more potential to actually add to the side. And of course, at the moment, we do have 4 strikers in this team. So there's an option for you to either go with a 4-4-2, a 2 front man option, or I'm going to give you a little tip later on in the episode to actually adjust one of the strikers down that right-hand side. Because at the minute, we do have Gallagher down our right-hand side, and that is probably one of the worst decisions I think you should ever do. Do not put Gallagher down our right-hand side when you've got other options available. Of course, in this series, guys, we are making sure that you don't just splash your budget. It's quite easy enough to go sign all these players over a couple seasons, and that Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. But this is the option to go, this is how you can use the current players to your advantage. So you are going to have around £8 million to actually spend, around 66 grand wage, so nothing too drastic. So you need to make sure you put your money in wisely, because you want to invest for the future as well as improving what you have now. The side that you do have at the moment at Blackburn Rovers is quite capable of gaining promotion in that first season, I personally would say. But the issue we do have that there are several loan players in, such as Walton, the centre-back from Manchester City, and a few other players. So we need to make sure we counteract that with the signings that we do bring in. And of course, you want to be selling a couple of players as well. But a few players out on loan, because some players are really not going to be in your starting 11, without a doubt. For example, Mulgrew, we're going to get rid of. He's getting old now. Let's cash on in. Our goalkeeper, we're cashing in on. Smallwood, we're going to cash in on. Devonport, though, we're going to put out on loan to let them actually develop a little bit more. So lots of options for you. The midfield is generally jam-packed, but that central defensive midfielder side of things isn't too good, because you've got Lewis Travis, which you just don't replace. He's one of my favourite players in this game. But look at the strikers we have. We have 5 forwards. So maybe it's an option for us to actually start selling the older players and invest in different areas, bring a few younger players in, and move a few strikers into new positions. Pull a full-on Mowbray. But anyway, let's have a quick look in a few moments' time now. The players which I think you should sign for Blackburn Rovers. Of course, guys, with all the players I'm going to suggest, you want to kind of sign them over a 2-season period. I'm going to give you suggestions which you need to sign first, and then who you need to sign in Season 2. So it's just kind of prioritizing where you put your actual money. Of course, some players are on loan, so they're Season 2 players, which works out brilliant for you. So the first player we're going to be looking at, guys, is Dingo Koster, who is a goalkeeper playing for FC Porto. He is 6'2", and the guy has some really good stats at 70 rated. This particular player, right, man, you can actually sign him in your first season or your second season. It is entirely up to you. In my opinion, go for the second season. And the reason for that is because Walton is a good enough goalkeeper to actually have, but yet he goes back after his loan. So just sign Costa in that second season. You don't need to waste your money in that first one. Right, coming in next, guys, is one of two centre-backs which I think you should consider signing. Of course, Blackburn have good defenders, but one goes back on loan, and the other one doesn't have really good potential. And we have a few youth players. But anyway, this is Bad Ashili. I do apologise for pronouncing these names wrong, guys. He's a French centre-back at 18 years old, 6'4", so very, very tall. He has some really good strength and jumping, and his standing tackling is absolutely insane, right? He is going to cost you around 4 to 5 million or so, so nothing too drastic out of your actual budget. In my personal opinion, you want to invest in this particular player in Season 2. He is a Season 2 player because, you know what, the defenders that you have at the moment are really good defenders, so there's no reason to spend £5-6 million, take a majority of your budget and put it in there. He's really good, so consider investment in Season 2. He has 85 potential, insane. Okay, guys, so coming in next, we do have Gianna, who is, right, he does play centre-back naturally, but he is a left-back. I find him actually a really decent left-back, in all fairness, in comparison to Bell. So he is actually worth our investment in my personal thoughts anyway, and he is really cheap. And in the most recent update, he had a +2 on his 60, his overall rating, and a +2 on his potential, so he's rotted up. But anyway, for a left-back position, I think this guy is really worth actually investing in. He has some nice pace on his side, around 70 overall. For his starter rating, his jumping is at 88, which is absolutely brilliant. Strength at 73, and of course you do have versatility if you want to play him centre back, so you have that option to actually go, right, okay, I'm gonna play him in the centre back to actually begin with, or even put him out on that left. My personal thought, put him out on that left hand side. He plays absolutely brilliantly out there, in my thought anyway, and he is tall. He has decent height, like 6 foot for a defender, and on the left hand side is really good in my opinion. He's brilliant. Right, let's move into the midfield. Of course, Blackburn have a really good midfield at the moment. Bradley Dack, Holtby, Travis, Johnson, Stuart Downing. Of course, a couple of those players are aging. Smallwood, right? You want to sell him, as we've mentioned. Johnson eventually do sell him, so you want to bring in a few younger players for the time being to actually cover them because they're the same rating. Let's have a look at Billy Gilmore. Of course, come onto the scene quite recently. More of a centre-mid attacking approach for this particular player. Not the biggest on the pace side, but his agility and balance are really good at 75. 72 passing, 74 short passing, which is absolutely brilliant. And his defensive stat in his recent update has gone up by +12, which is just insane. Absolutely brilliant. The guy's a really good passer on the ball. In a central attack midfielder, he's really good if he was playing like a false 9 type formation. So he's just behind the attackers. Absolutely brilliant. Really good on the ball. Isn't going to be challenging for the headers, if I'm honest. He's just going to be there, get the ball to him, let him play the game. Brilliant. Really cheap at around £1 million, so you can't go wrong investing in your first season. Let's go to Manchester City. Thomas Doyle, right? You can't sign him in that first season, just so you know. This is a Season 2 signing player. And the reason for that is because in Season 2, you've probably sold Smallwood. You want to sell Johnson. Also, you probably might make some money on Holtby, potentially, because Holtby's on that older side. That potential isn't just there in comparison to Doyle, who has 85 potential. So this player is a replacement for him. 4-star week for absolutely brilliant. Unlike Gilmore, you push forward a little more. Tommy comes back that ever so slightly much. He's more of an all-rounded central midfielder when Gilmore is a more of an attacking midfielder. Anyways, balance is at 79. Shot power 63, long passing 64, 69 short passing. His vision is at 64 as well. He's going to slot into your side really, really well. He's going to go in there and absolutely dominate. And of course, he's only really cheap, so he's worth that investment in Season 2 to go, you know what? I've got some midfielders now with some really good potential. This guy, one of my favourite centre mids I've actually signed. If you could, I don't think you can. You can't sign him in that first season, but I thought, you know what? You need to get him in there. You need to get him in that midfield, without a doubt. He is more of your central defensive side of things. It is Masanengo, plays for Bristol City, right, guys? £1 million he's going to cost you. Around 1.5 in season 2, 67 overall, 84 potential. The guy is absolutely brilliant. His movement stats is what stand out. Short passing at 72, balance at 82, 75 agility, reactions at 65. So absolutely insane stats to actually begin with. Really worth investing in. He works really well along Travis. Just so you know, do not replace Travis whatsoever. The guy is just brilliant. Really need to keep him in your side. This guy works even brilliant next to him. Right, guys. Another investment, but in January. Right. Kavrakenko, one of the best free agents you can get. Absolutely amazing. So this guy, you sign in January on a pre-contract for season 2. If I'm honest, he's going to be working alongside Dak. He will replace Dak eventually. 3-star skills, 4-star weak foot, 74 rated to begin with a potential of 81. He costs, right, around £9 million, but to get him on a free is insane. His wage is less than £2,000. So really consider actually investing in that and going, right, I'm going to keep a couple $100 now for the bonuses and everything, and invest in Kavrakenko for season 2. Your midfield is going to proper bulk up in season 2 as you offload a lot of the dead wood. So take that in consideration. Brilliant pre-season signing to actually bring in, and I found him brilliant. I've signed him for a League 2 side, and he's dominated, and he works even brilliant in the Championship. Right, the left-hand side has always been a predicament for Blackburn Rovers. If Adam Armstrong was still a left midfielder, I would say don't invest down this left-hand side. At the minute, we have Harry Chapman, which has decent potential, and we have Rothwell, a little older, isn't the best potential. But you need someone whose potential is going to go through the roof, which is Alan Velasco. Brilliant left midfielder. Weak foot, doesn't really have skill moves, has a good amount of pace to actually begin with for 64 rated at around 75 overall on that pace. So that actually goes up really well in the first couple of seasons because his balance is really good at 83. When I first actually used him, I signed him for, it was a Stoke career mode that I did. I tried it out. Stoke was an awful career mode, did not enjoy it. So I signed him for them, and he was really good. He stood out from the crowd. He's even though he only has 3-star skills, he's really good on the ball. What I like about him is his overlap runs that he does actually have. And he is going to cost you around £1 million. So really consider actually investing him in your first season just because he's dirt cheap. Add that depth to the side. And also, he isn't going to be the highest rated player. So you don't actually have to give him an important role. You still use Chapman and Rothwell and then actually mix it up a little bit in that first season. Right. This player that we are going to be talking about now is Joswick. In FIFA 19, I wasn't a fan. And then all of a sudden, FIFA 20, the guy just perks up. Absolutely incredible. So Joswick is 70 rated to begin with an 83 potential. So not as high as the other players, but starts off a lot higher. He is 21 years old with a valuation around £3 million, a little less than that. You can, unfortunately, join someone in this career mode. But the great thing with this guy is 88 acceleration, 91 sprint speed, 82 agility, 79 balance, stamina and strength really pushing up there to actually begin with at 72. But the guy's absolutely brilliant down that left-hand side. Even though I really recommend investing in Velasco, but if you want to sign Joswick, get him in that first season to actually go, right, you're a critical player and growing quite quickly, really consider investing in him. And he isn't going to cost you loads anyway. Look, how much did he transfer for? £4 million apparently or so. He's valued at around 3. So that's around half of your budget, but your left-hand side is one of your weakest. Right, guys, coming in last but not least, we are looking at the striker. The striker predicament with Blackburn, there's a lot of players there. Sam Gallagher currently pushed out to the right. Ben Brereton. We do have Adam Armstrong as well. My thought with this is that this player here, William Giabels, 64 rated with a potential of 84. I have found to be one of the better strikers I've ever actually signed. And so what my thought with this, right, to actually adjust the team, because there's a lot of good players in the side. Ben Brereton got a good potential. Sam Gallagher does. So it's like, where do you put the money? So rather than actually investing down the right-hand side, my personal thought is that you put Ben Burton or Adam Armstrong there, bring William in and put him in that striker role, and have Sam Gallagher as a backup striker. That's how my personal thought is with it. And one of the reasons for that is to make sure you just spend your money wisely while utilising all the players that you have in your side with potential. Because Ben Burton can be a good player. Like, he can be absolutely incredible. And of course, it depends if you actually want to go, right, I'm going to play 2 up front. Then you play 2 up front and put Armstrong on the right, Ben Burton at the front along with William. So it's entirely up to you. But for £1 million, is worth investing in. Really, really worth actually investing in. My thoughts anyway. Brilliant player, really cheap. Bring him into your squad. So I just want to reiterate my comments about like the right midfielder side of things, right? So Ryan Casello is brilliant. I'm a massive fan of him to actually start him down there. And my comments as well, Ben Burton, he's really fast and he can play down that right-hand side. No, that's very Tony Mowbray to actually put him down there. But investing in the striker force in that first season a little more than the right-hand side, I think it's vitally important because you actually got some alright players. Yeah, Ryan Cancelo is your only out-and-out right mid, but Ben Burton is freaking really fast. Look at that work rate as well. Absolutely brilliant, right? So really consider doing that with your right-hand side. And then in the future, when you get to like the end of season 2, start of season 3, when you're properly competing in the Premier League, really then where you think about, right, okay, I need to invest on the right-hand side. You're probably in season 3 going to have to invest in Naby as well. Lenian's going to have to go, so there's going to be a lot of changes. But to start with, in that first and second season, these players I mentioned are absolutely perfect for you guys to actually sign. But anyway, my name is Goalazio. I want to say thank you very much for watching. I hope you all did enjoy the video. If this is going to help you with your Blackburn Rovers career mode signings, let me know. And if there's anyone I've missed who you think I should invest in, let me know in that comment section below. Of course, let me know what you think we should do next. But my name is Goalazio. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And guess what? I'll see you next time. Bye-bye, guys.